Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am excited to take you on a tour through my homeschool room slash playroom. This is a combo room for us, and I'm excited to finally give you the tour. So without further ado, here is our space. All right, so when you first walk into the room, this is kind of what you see. There's just like a little overview of the space. So first, I'm gonna start back over here where we walked in. Here, behind the door, this is where I keep our big map that I will just roll out on the floor when we're doing geography and stuff. So it's where I keep this. And then our butcher paper as well. I just have a huge roll of this. We buy it in bulk because we go through it so fast. And I just keep it right here behind the door as well. Then next to that, when you walk in, you have our bookshelves. And a lot of times, this contains books for the theme that we are on. But our next theme coming up, the summer themes basically are just kind of fun and they get to pick what they want. So these are all their books they have right now. Okay, so then moving over here, we have our table. This table my husband actually handmade, but it's modeled after the Pottery Barn Carolina table. It's decent sized, big. We can do our projects on it. I really like it. These white chairs go to our old table, which was an IKEA table. It was just like a 4-person small white IKEA table. Here is where we keep kind of our catch-all table supplies. And so in this we have our colored pencils, kid scissors, paintbrushes, glue sticks, crayons, markers, rulers, and then watercolor. This is the only painting they're allowed to do like on their own without me present. So that is the only one that's in this container. And then above it, I just have 2 picture boards basically to hang their artwork from the week. And these also were handmade. And they have a little clip here to hold their art. So then moving over a bit more, we have like my teacher station, and it's up high where the kids can't reach, so that's why I keep these things here. This here is a print that my brother-in-law drew and gave to us as a gift, so that's there. Here's our abacus. These 2 here are our sandpaper letters, which we use all the time, like every single day basically. We love these. Here I just have a couple of bouncy balls. I keep them up here because otherwise the balls go everywhere. My kids really love to play with balls. So we have them. They're fun colors, so I just put them in here to be like a fun little display item as well. And then this is like a tool container basically, or like a nail and screw one. I'll link, everything that you see today that I can in this video in the description box. But this is where I keep all of our mini figurines for our letter work. So in this one, you can see it's labeled B, and it has just a bunch of different objects that start with the letter B. And same for every drawer here. And then in these bigger ones, I have some of our flashcards. So this one you can see is our animal flashcards. And it just has a bunch of different animals, so we can talk about those. And I like to have them on hand, so I keep those in here as well. So next to that, we have our play kitchen, and all of the food and cutting board and supplies are kept inside in little bins. And then I do have the Melissa and Doug cleaning set right here beside it, as well as our kitchen dress-up apron. So as we moved this way, this wall here is our like homeschool home base. So we have our calendar time here, and I have our calendar, our day of the week and weather here, and then this is like our focus wall. So the letter we're working on, an animal that goes with that letter, any sight words, color, number of the week, that sort of thing is where we put our weekly focuses. And then on the top of the table here, this pretty much stays consistent through week to week. This doesn't really change. This basket here is where we keep our calendar supplies. And then here we have our shape, number, and letter work. That way, next to it we have our sand, salt, you know, letter tray where they can do their letter work in this tray. And I keep the sandpaper letter that's on focus that week with it so that they can reference it and trace it. And then of course the letter workbook is here too in case they need to reference that. And of course the number as well, shapes as well. So it's good reference for them to be able to grab or look through as they're doing the work here. So that pretty much stays the same on top. Then we have a 6 cube shelf below, and this 6 cube is empty now because it's Sunday, and so I'm about to change it for our homeschool week tomorrow. But this is where I put any activities that we're doing for homeschool that week. So anything for our theme activities. In here right now, I have our math beads, and those are staying because we're working on 10 frames right now, and these are so good for that. So we're doing that this week. I keep it closed because I have a 2-year-old and they would be everywhere if I didn't. But when we're actually working on it, it will be open and that's what it looks like. So I'd put any of our themed exercises on these shelves here. And then moving over from that, in this corner, we have our easel. This is the B Toys brand easel, and it has 2 bins underneath. It has the dry erase version on here, and on the back is a chalkboard. So depending on what we're working on, we might switch this around. And then I actually, right behind it, keep our Melissa and Doug tabletop version of that as well. Because sometimes when we're working on doing floor work, Isabel likes to kind of have her own thing, like for math and stuff. She kind of likes to have her own whiteboard on hand. So I do have that behind this as well. And in this storage underneath, I do keep extra chalk and such, but I also keep our bigger like poster board. So if you've seen some of my activity videos, then you know like these are some of the activities we do, and that's where I store them. This is like cork board for push pin practice. So that's where I store that stuff. So then moving over here, this is kind of our toy and play section, and you can see little Isabel here. You want to wave? She's actually playing right now at the moment. So here we have our 8 cube shelf, and this is our toy shelf. It is all the toys for my 2 girls. 3 girls, I guess I should say, but the baby doesn't really have toys right now. So this is all their toys that we have out at one time. I have a toy rotation video and a toy storage video. If you're interested in seeing how that works, I'll link it, you know, here and in the description. But that is basically here. Constantly, I have our rainbow arch here. This is decor as much as it is play. The girls love stacking these, and you can kind of take them apart and build on them as well. So I'd say our almost 2-year-old is the one who really loves these at the moment. And then we pretty much always keep this out because it doesn't really fit well in our storage. So we just kind of keep it out, and Juliana does play with it a lot, so it works out. These pictures here, I got off of Etsy, and these frames are from Target. I think I'm actually gonna have my husband build me some custom frames shortly and probably change them out. But for now, this is what we have, and I do really like them, so it's good. I just like the homemade version better of things. But this says Play, Grow, Learn. The ones from Etsy have a little different sayings, but I wanted these, so I kind of made it my own. But that is what we have here, and our art is pretty much at our kids' height because that's who's in this room enjoying it. So that's why everything is kind of a little lower. So then I'll also just show you, this is our rug. And it's been really nice. It's off Amazon, so you can look at it, but it's multicolored. I like how neutral but colorful it is. And it's decently like, it's not like plush soft, but it is soft. Here where you can see Isabel, I purposely left a space here between our file cabinet and our toy shelf because, as you can see, the magnetiles and any other magnets for letter work and stuff fit right here, so we don't even need the refrigerator. It serves also as kind of like a little reading nook because we don't have a reading nook in here, so they can kind of pick a book and then go bring it to the little secluded area. They also like play babies and make a little nursery in that area sometimes, so I actually really like having that little just like imaginative space in our playroom classroom. So next to that space then is my teacher station, my office, my space, and I'll come kind of around to show you that. So here my setup basically is a desk, a file cabinet, and then my pen pencil rotation device and my file folders. And then if you turn around, behind my desk is this closet. So I will walk you through this a little bit closer, but in general, this is where we keep our toy rotation items and our homeschool kind of storage. So up at the very top, it's not, you know, the most beautiful, but we have 4 bins of extra like school supply type items, pens, pencils, markers, tape, that sort of thing. Here, right front and center, because I use it so often, is my laminator, laminating sheets, and paper cutter. And then over here is like puffy paint and iron-on letters, and then like storage stuff that I never use ever. Here, down one shelf, is all of our puzzles. These are our homeschool like bean bags. They have letters on them. This is my 2-year-old busy binder in here. I have a video on this. I can link it, but that's where I keep that. This is more like preschool puzzle color number type items. And then here is a bin of our reading system for babies. We honestly don't use that too much. And then here is where I keep our toy rotation items. I've showed you this in a video. I can link it. This on top, we keep our kids' art box. I have talked about this in another video as well, but this is our kids' art box, and I have a discount code, $5 off your first box if you would like, you know, to get one. We absolutely love them. Here is where I keep all of our trays, our artwork trays, our bins for the toy shelf, just things like that live there. And then in those 2 bins there, that is all of our Montessori math supplies. So then moving over here, the last part of our playroom is this built-in bookcase here. All right, so kind of starting at the very tippy top here, one box is our manipulative toy rotation, and then the other one is our homeschool bin of the like quarter. So I have 4 boxes basically. I will do a video on homeschool storage, but that is where we keep our quarterly homeschool activities. Then here are my books basically. This is Montessori at Home book, alphabet activity book. I'll do a video on this as well, but this is a book that houses like all of my alphabet like printable type things, like when we're working on a specific letter. And then this is a book on Montessori math. Also up here at the top where the kids cannot reach is where I keep our paint. So this is how I keep our paint. I keep it in these IKEA soap dispenser bottles with the pump. And it's in this clear, rotating, I don't know what, Lazy Susan, I couldn't think of it. But in here we keep our paint, and then in the middle, I keep our dot markers. And that's because like this stuff is an absolute mess if the kids get to it when I'm not around. So I keep it up and away so that they do not get into it when I am not here. These things next to it, I moved the camera so you can't really see it, but they are these like magazine holders. I'll link them, but I just like how like sleek they keep the bookshelves. And in them, I just have different resources. I have themed resources, I have our loop subject resources, and I have other like music CDs, like that sort of thing in these. So it just keeps it looking super nice so that our bookshelf looks more aesthetically pleasing, I guess really is the only reason why it's like that. Then moving down to this shelf, I have 3 bins. And this one is specific to house our language materials, things that aren't like associated to a theme, but just like general like language building. So like letter magnets, for example, is one of the things in here. So things like that are in these bins. This one is language, this one is science, and this one is early learning. Below I have our printer, which is a serious staple in any homeschool classroom. This is an Epson XP 7100. I do like it. I just wish you could run prints in draft mode. I haven't figured out if you can do that. I don't think you can because I haven't figured it out yet, and I wish you could because it uses more ink when you have to print everything with like nice best quality. But that is my only complaint. You can print from your phone, you can print wirelessly. The quality is really good. It has a scanner, a copier, just everything you would need. So I really do like and recommend this one, Epson XP 7100. And then here I have in this bin all of our office like printer needs. So our printer paper, all our ink, things like that. And then in here, this is actually my like card and mailing type thing. We send handwritten mail quite a bit here, so I like to have it readily available. I have stamps, I have different cards for different occasions. I have our return address stamps in ink, so that is what is in this box here. Going down a little bit lower in these ones here, I keep Play-Doh in this one, again out of my 2-year-old's reach because it can be a mess. So I keep Play-Doh in this one, all of our activity books in this one, and then in this one is activity supplies. So by that, I mean I keep our like art smocks, I have our shaving cream, masking tape, paper plates, these type of paper towel rolls and that are empty. So then moving down a shelf, we have this 3-drawer organizer, and in it I keep like a scrap paper that the kids can just draw on. Here are like coloring sheets, like that they can actually color something specific on. And then in this one is all our scrap paper, tissue paper, things that are like pre-cut up so that they can do gluing crafts. I have their pencil sharpener right next to here, and in this open space will go the, I'll show you, this little thing that was on the table goes here when it's out of use, because sometimes we use our table for big projects, map work, you know, things that we need the whole table for. So then our art supplies will kind of live here. And then in these little bins here, these come from IKEA, and these are all our craft supplies. Our stickers, craft supplies, pom-poms, stamps, felt tissue paper, paper crunches, paint supplies, colored paper, ribbon and twine, like all of those things live in there. Underneath is so unorganized, but it's extras of everything or things that we don't really use often. So we have like extra notebooks down there, paper, labels, that sort of things. All right, so that is it for the room tour. That's everything in this room. I hope that this is the video you were looking for and have been asking for. If you have any questions or details of something I didn't cover, please let me know. I will try to answer what I can in the comments. And if it changes, I'll try to keep you updated on that too. But that's our classroom. That is our homeschool room and, you know, what we have in it. So please hit the subscribe button below if you like content like this, if you want to follow homeschooling stuff or just things that are going on in my life. I do motherhood and lifestyle. And give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will talk to you soon. Bye.